Hey folks, so I'm coming at you with another quick demo video. This is one of the first sabers that I purchased as an empty hilt and then commissioned someone to do custom install for me. This is the Pachstore Unicron version 3. This is a little bit of an improvement from their version 2. It came with some additional drill holes, which makes custom installation a little easier. However, as I've mentioned in some of the Facebook groups and discussions I've had with people about this particular hilt, one of the really big drawbacks is that when it is originally manufactured, it was manufactured with a completely closed pommel. And so when you do go to install electronics in it, if you're wanting sound, the pommel has to be vented in some way. Otherwise, the sound quality is just not going to be that good. So when I sent this out to Charles Ivanova to do the Proffie NeoPixel install for me, he subcontracted Rob Sotomayor to do the drilling on the pommel, which ended up looking very, very slick, very, very nicely done. So it's about six small drill holes around, perfectly spaced, and the venting as a result is much, much better. The sound quality on this is far better than it would have been otherwise. I kind of want to give a shout out for that as well, because I appreciate when custom saber installers and builders collaborate to do a job for a client. I think that's one of the things that makes the custom saber installation industry so cool, is that as I'm spending more time on Facebook in these groups and learning about who these folks are and what they do and getting to know them, the amount of collaboration work that they do behind the scenes just to get one job done for one client, oftentimes is mind-blowing to me, and I love that experience. I love that takes place. I think it's really positive. So anyway, on to the. Just want to give a quick demo for how this thing sounds. So this is the chassis coming out here on a Trustfire battery here, the board on the other side, and then this is the kill switch.
So powerful and so wise.
And this is the LED that tells me when the power is on. Aux switch is on the right, power switch is on the left. So this is, most of these blade profiles have all of the basic blade functions that you would want, that you would expect: like stab, melt, flash and clash, lock up, force effect sounds. And then an additional, holding the power key down for a couple of seconds, then releasing for any additional sound, music tracks, or vocal tracks on the particular font. That's the Fire font. This is a pretty popular base-loaded font for most folks that get NeoPixel blades, just because of this unstable fire effect. Is just it's like the standard bearer of why a lot of people switch over to NeoPixel and never come back. when you can make your saber look like a torch, it's pretty attractive. It's a neat effect.
There are ways those who have passed on may still guide or influence the living. There's always a bit of truth in legends.
I'm glad I gave you something to look forward to.
I love this light side font so much I was willing to get it installed on a Sith Saber. But yeah, I'm such a sucker for Ahsoka Tano. I love that character so
Luke
much.
Skywalker. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. This party's over. Lord Vader.
This is a Vader original trilogy font. You can tell the sounds, the clash sounds on this font are very crisp and short. A lot, they sound very similar to the clash sounds you saw in the movies in Empire Strikes Back and A New Hope. Love those. These are the screams of rebels in the background.
Battery power.
Oh, yeah, the tragedy of
Darth Plagueis the Wise. This is one of my favorite Sith fonts. This is the Emperor font, or excuse me, Tragedy. The Tragedy font from Kyberphonics. I'm not sure if you can hear that very well, but there's like this low, beefy, metallic hum. It's very subtle, but it sounds very appropriate for a character like Emperor Palpatine. And the font actually has this layered, you can hear sort of like this Sith chanting over the top. It is ooh, which is really, really sweet. There was one more Sith font I wanted. This one. This is the Emperor font from Kyberphonics. And this one makes the cut mostly because the explosion sounds off those blaster blocks and the force lockups, like that, really, really rich, really rich. Just love it.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi? I am a Senate. I am a Senate. Let me help you to know the subtleties of the Force.
There are ways.
Luke Skywalker, only a Sith.
See if there's one more.
This party's over. Lord Vader.
There's a bigger one.
Battery power level.
Oh, yes, the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
So, there's one more font. Actually, there's a couple of more that I need to get on here because I got this build back before these other fonts had been released. But there's the Lord of Hunger font from the Old Republic bundle that Kyberphonics did. So there's the Lord of Hunger. I also want to put the Prodigal Butcher on here as well because the Darth Revan font and the Darth Nihilus font in that bundle are just amazing. And then there's also the Ashes font from Rod Petkow that I absolutely love. I have that on all my Sith blades, so that one also has to get on here immediately. So always always tinkering. Got to get those font setups exactly the way you want. One thing I did learn early before getting my first Saber with an SD card is when you purchase the Saber, when you get it back from the commission, first thing you do is connect the SD card, get it on your laptop, and make a backup of that very first source configuration, so that way when you make additional edits, add and remove fonts over time, if you ever want it to go back to the way it originally was, you can always just copy that source back onto your SD card. And it also makes editing back and forth a lot easier. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll come at you in the next couple of days with a Graflex that Charles is also building for me right now in a Proffie Pixel setup. That one's also going to be themed light side with all Graflex style fonts. So I'll have another demo out for you in about a week. So thanks for listening, and may the force be with you.